Good morning, traders, and welcome to our short video where we will be looking at your Bitcoin. Right, guys, please take note what we are sharing here, our own views. There is no financial advice. So if you do take our trade ideas here, please do make sure that you apply the money management or you trade that at your own risk. So we are just here for educational purpose and also for paper trading. Right, so let's jump into Bitcoin just to see how we have traded this year, or what was our view in a few weeks back, and what do we expect going forward. Right, so let's jump in straight to it here. So this is a chart that we have shared inside the members area. Take note, the date was on the 11th of October here. So where we explained to our members that we are expecting that Bitcoin should continue with the move to the up side. So you can see the red here, it is representing the invalidation level. So I did explain this inside our members area on the 11th of October. Actually, that was before that. I explained to them that we are looking at Bitcoin, that it should give us a three-wave move structure here. So obviously, we were looking at from this low that this is giving us a 1-2-1-2. It was more of like a nest that was building up here. So at the main key, like I've said, that we were looking at this here, that as long as your $26,000 or $26,010 there was going to hold, then we will be looking for the buying opportunities on your Bitcoin. So this was a chart that we shared back then. Right, so fast forward, going forward, we're gonna jump into the chart and let's see how did Bitcoin play out there. Now let's jump into the chart here of your Bitcoin. So let's have a look at Bitcoin here. So here's the chart of a Bitcoin here. So we were around this area here. Okay, so we were around this area here. We were looking at this here that it should just come to this other side of the channel here and coming into our blue box area. And this is where we expected for this big move up. And mind you, the invalidation level here, it was so low that I kept on emphasizing to our members that if you don't invest now in a Bitcoin here, this is a very real opportunity where you're gonna get a trade setup that is gonna have such low stop loss. Now, enough about that. We also explained inside the members area that Bitcoin should make a move to the upside. Obviously, it started to make a move to the upside. Yeah. A lot of people in the social media, especially on Twitter, they were talking about that Bitcoin was going to drop a year and all the way to the downside, maybe to around your 15K. We discussed that as an alternative view, that only if we lose this swing low here, which was here at that time, this 26,000 here, if we lose that swing low, then only then we can start to talk about the possibility that this was going to trade all the way to the down side. Now you will see that from here where we took this here, because this was a trade setup, this has already went up, made about a $8,621 move. That is a very big move that we've seen here on a Bitcoin. But like I've said it, very few people that were able to get this here, because most of them, they were caught off guard. They thought this was gonna make a move to the downside. Just to share something here. It's something that we've seen on the past. What will happen with your gold? Gold will tend to make a move at first, be whether it's making a move to the upside or it is dropping. Then what will happen is that your Bitcoin eventually something drives it, that it eventually follows what is happening on gold. So gold, I've explained it a couple of times. I've showed you. You can refer to our YouTube page that how we traded gold, or how we saw that move to the up side on gold. But before that, there was a drop on gold. You can refer to that video that I posted there. Now, gold eventually started to make this big to move to the upside here, and I told the members that Bitcoin was next to make that move, because I know that a correlation that is between your gold and your Bitcoin. Apart from that, the wave analysis was calling that this was going to make a move to the upside against this swing low. Yep. and then it has eventually made this big move here, and everybody is wondering what is next on Bitcoin. Yeah, are we gonna get this one to drop? What is going to happen now that we've broken this high? Yeah, this is a high where this is the high that we've seen this year, and a break of this high here, it is telling us that we are indeed in a bull run or in a bullish sequence. Obviously, I will also share some alternative views as well here, but let's have a look. What do I expect going forward here on gold? If you look at this year internally here, this does not look like it is done. I know some people would say, oh, this is a wave one here, wave two. Then now that we've hit the 1.618, we should have our wave three in here. Yep, that was just the guidelines of the Elliottwave. But now coming to a practical part of the market, that when you are in the wave three, if you look at this year, we are believe that we are in the wave three here of this degree here. We're in the wave three of this degree, and we're in the wave three of this degree. Let alone some degrees that you will see when I show you the bigger picture here. So we are in the most powerful wave. So that's why you are seeing that your 1.618 fib pull here was just broken above a year, and this does not look like it's going to stop anytime soon. Now, if you zoom into this and look internally, you can see that this is very likely that we have this year, this being your wave one, your wave two here, and then this being your wave three, and your wave four here. Obviously, in a lower degree, that could just be don't mind the degrees here. This can just be any degree here. But the main thing for me is to show you the part, because me decorating this here, this is just to show you the wave count that I have here. But other than that, this decoration of the chart does not make you money. What makes money is you are able to spot, to see what is happening on the right hand side of the chart. Now, what is very likely that we can still get this one here to give us this move. Made a move here, wave one, wave two, and a wave three here, and then this to be our wave four. So we're still missing something here, that this can still make a move to the upside, wave five here, and then it starts to give us this pullback before we can even continue to the up side. Now that I propose that we are in this wave four here, I'm gonna zoom into this and also show you what could also play out here. Wave 4 is so common that you get the flat corrective structure. So it might not be a surprise that this has just been a three-wave move lower here, made a three-wave move to the upside here. It might not be a surprise that we come back here only to find out that this wave 4 is not done. So you gotta be careful that even if you decide that you wanna trade this, maybe based on this year, but like I've said it, this is not a trade advice here. This is just for paper trading and for learning purpose only. So this might not be a surprise that it come back here and hit this swing low here before we can head to the upper side. That is very likely that we might see that. And the reason why I say that is that because your wave 4, it is so common that you get these flat corrective structures. But now, for now, all I know is that Bitcoin is going to continue with this move to the upper side here. Now let's have a look here in a bigger picture now in a weekly time frame. I'm gonna go on a weekly time frame just to see what do I expect going forward on a Bitcoin. Like I've said it, that this has made a nice move here. Now this is a bigger picture here that I have on a Bitcoin, that it should make this move to the upside here. Now do not just take this here as it is and then just go and just apply it here immediately, no chart, or just take this and then you decide to trade, because there's a lot that can happen. Yeah, Bitcoin might not be done with this move to the downside. Yeah. So it's yes, for now, from these lows here, we are calling it this is a five-wave move here, a three-wave move to a downside, and then this is ready for a move. So from these lows, we have been calling that this was going to make a move to the upside on your Bitcoin. Yeah. Now, it is not a surprise that we are seeing this move taking place, because we do believe that we are in the wave three. I've said this one before in one of the streams. If it happened that you do find it on the chart, that Bitcoin might give us the last bull run. So this might be it, yeah, that this is the last bull run that we are getting, yeah. So I've even seen something that Bitcoin might go to around $135,000 a year. I'm not into that. All I know that this is expected to make a big move to the upside here. But again, like I've said it, do not just trade this blindly. Yeah, there is still a possibility, especially if you go on a log scale. Okay, let me see if I can find a chart here of Bitcoin US dollar. Let me try. I don't think I've used eighth cap here. So you gotta be careful. There is this possibility here that your Bitcoin might not just be making this big move here, it might still be in a correction here. I'm showing you now this year on a log scale. There is still this possibility that your Bitcoin might be in the correction here. This might have dropped lower here, this being a move to a downside, and then this might just be a three-wave move structure here. Maybe get somewhere to your 40k to around your 50k range here, and then they start to give you this move to the downside here. That is still another possibility that before we get the big move to the upside, we need to we might have to get this one here. So this might just be your W here, and then this being our wave X here, and then this to be our wave Y before we can get this move higher. That is still very possible. Okay, so please take note of that one. So don't just so what you need to do here is that when we get to around, let me just be on an off scale now. Let me just come out of the scale here. So you gotta be careful here. If you can get your price somewhere around this area here, maybe at your one here or around your 39. Well, obviously, different exchanges can give you different prices, but you gotta be careful. Once we can get around this area here, be somewhere here at your 39 40k, something might drive Bitcoin that it dropped to the downside. It might be some fundamental that might come in here, but you gotta be careful. Something around your 40k here might call for Bitcoin to drop all the way to the downside. But again, it doesn't have to drop all the way to the downside. I'm just gonna put this here around your 40k, just there. So this might even come around here, hit your 40k area here, and then this is at the equal legs here. And then what we'll do, it might even come down in a three-wave move structure like this, and then still continues here. And then against this swing low, then it still continues with the move to the upside. Because remember now that this might be an invalidation level. So we might even have something like this: be a wave one here, be a wave two here, and then I will just quickly do build this one up here with just any degree. This is just something to show you what we might also see on your Bitcoin. So this might be a wave one here. And then this might even be a 1 2 1 2, be a wave one in a lower degree, and then this become your wave two a here, and then you obviously got a three and a four and a wave five, and then you end up maybe having something like this. This be your wave one here in a lower degree, you get this three move structure here, and then your wave three here, and then this to be your wave four, and then this to be your wave five here. You might see something like this that might play out on a Bitcoin, especially if this is the bull run that we have all been waiting for, or the social media have been talking about. So if that's the case, you might see something like this. Obviously, I'm not applying any Fibonacci levels here, but if I were to try to be precise here, I would expect that this might get to maybe around your 1.618 here, and then maybe this pulls back in a three-wave move here. It might even get to around your 38.2 Fibonacci level. So if I pull this from these lows here, your 100 most of the time it is your 38.2, then you might find out that this might come to maybe somewhere 38.2, but I wouldn't even be expecting maybe to see a bigger correction, because it might just have very shallow correction, because this will be your wave 3. So you might have something like this here which might be completing this wave 3, and then this goes on and on and on. Okay, so you might have something like this on your on your Bitcoin, if especially if the bull run is already there. But please do take note that these invalidation level are going to be very critical here. As long as the invalidation level, you keep on adjusting your invalidation level based on the Elliottwave, just following the Elliottwave rules, then you should see whether we are in the correction a year of this being an A here, a wave B here, and a wave C, and then this just goes all the way to the downside here. But once we get to around this 40k, and then this swing low still holding your 24,209 area still holding, and then Bitcoin will be expected that it will continue with this move to the up side. So we will be responding to what the market is going to be giving us, but very likely that your 40k to around your 50k is next here on Bitcoin. Right, so again, just to show you here on the lower time frames, especially going into this year, this chart that I have charted here, that will be my expectation going forward on your Bitcoin. Right, guys, for more ideas, you can just subscribe to the channel and also make sure that you press that notification ring there, just that every time when we release a video, you are at least notified. Once again, please do not forget we do have a special that is running here. If you are interested and you like our content, you can just pay us a visit. You can get up to like your 40% off on different plans. For now, guys, please trade safe and responsible. Cheers, everyone, and have a good one. Bye bye.